That's right, and that goes right to Colleen's point, where at the very least, there's the saving grace of law enforcement behind him, and those lights and sirens really provide a public service. Aside from trying to stop this crazy person behind the wheel here, those lights and sirens are alerting everybody that there is police activity coming their way, and so it's important to have that tool, especially when there are so many innocent motorists in the vicinity like there are right here in the middle of rush hour, coming up on rush hour at least, here on the 605. We will see. It looks like he is taking the southbound side. Well, too early to say. I think he's going to take the south. No? Hugging the right there. That right lane may put him on the northbound side. I'm not exactly sure. Let's see where this transition takes him. He's getting off, I think, off of the southbound side and onto the 405 north. Westbound 22 freeway. So this is going to put him on the 22. Westbound 22, and then heading towards Long Beach. Exactly right. It sure is. Right here. In fact, it's going to end right here. And as I look off the nose here, we are back on city streets where traffic is going to start to increase. Volume is increasing already as he approaches a red light. And now we're going to start to, look at this. He's going to start losing control of the vehicle, a little bit of fishtailing as he tried to navigate this little traffic jam here at a red light over the median, now going the wrong way once again. Going the wrong way on Surface Street once again, around all of that traffic, swerving all the way to the right shoulder here, and he's really having trouble dealing with this vehicle now. If he continues at these speeds, just hit the wall, hitting the wall, crashing into other vehicles. He made contact there with a work truck, a box truck. It looked like he touched it and is already starting to lose part of that flatbread. Look at this, over the curb, over the median, and just, I mean, this for what? Look at this, crashing into vehicles. 1, 2, 3 innocent motorists, just dragging them along through the intersection at Bellflower Boulevard, passing through Bellflower on 7th Street, going the wrong way again. He has no regard for any of this oncoming traffic, trying to get around and crashing into everybody and everything in his way. Still not slowing down. Lost his tire, Colleen. He's just lost that front left tire. He's now running on the rim here. Heavy damage on that front of that vehicle, with very, very heavy damage on the front end of that vehicle, and that tire is pretty much gone. So at least the front left tire. Oh no. It's not only is it not going to hold, look at this, he's squeezing through everybody coming in his direction. They're all swerving on either side of him. He's going to he's going to get into another head-on collision here. There it is, head-on collision into an SUV. We are seeing dozens of vehicles damaged in this pursuit, and that was probably one of the most serious right there. Just ran right into the front of that SUV. CHP has given this up. They have now created distance. They are now putting this back in tracking mode for the time being. They have pulled back, and you can see he is still straddling the double yellow lines, crashing into another vehicle. That flatbed is made of steel that is just doing tremendous damage with very little damage to the vehicle other than the front end damage that we're already seeing there. But what we were saying, Mark, is that front left, oh no, there it is! There it is! Two vehicles into cross traffic, a major collision into the front of a paint store at the strip mall at 7th Street and Termino Avenue, ramming right through those two vehicles, the driver stepping out of the vehicle and now walking away from the crash scene. That driver now walking away from the crash scene, two major crashes there, and now he's walking up the sidewalk. CHP is close by, the sheriff's department is close by. Long Beach police are likely on their way over here, and hopefully somebody will be able to get this person off of the sidewalk. Or right now, there are numerous casualties here. Look at the condition of that vehicle. We're going to try and keep an eye on the suspect and also those vehicles as well. We're going to stick with the driver here as he walks up the block here around the strip mall off of 7th Street onto Miramar Avenue. We know that law enforcement is watching our feed right now. We want to stick with the driver as he continues this stroll away from the crash scene. It ended about as badly as we were thinking it might. There were dozens of crashes there. At the very end of this pursuit, he went right through all of that traffic, ramming into everybody in his way, right through red lights, into cross traffic, eventually losing control of the vehicle because of that tire. He was unable to retain control of that vehicle, Mark, just like we were talking about. And he went right into the front of that strip mall. This is Miramar Avenue off of 7th Street in East Long Beach, and there he is. I think that's going to be Long Beach Police, maybe not. No, it's LAPD. LAPD taking the suspect down. We're going to come around. Let's come around the tree. Let's come around the tree. And it looks like LAPD has taken this suspect down to the ground on the sidewalk there at Miramar Avenue, just off of 7th Street. Numerous officers, as we come around this tree, now taking that suspect into custody. Absolutely. He's still putting up a struggle. He's still putting up a struggle. They're trying to get this guy into handcuffs. He is fighting a bit. Can't see what's happening underneath that tackle there, but you can see that they are having a little bit of a hard time as this suspect appears to be resisting slightly here. Very difficult to tell from this angle, but it's all happening right here along Miramar Avenue off of 7th Street here in East Long Beach. We're going to stick with this shot momentarily. We will go back to the crash scene where it did appear at least one of those vehicles, as you mentioned, Colleen, was very heavily damaged, especially the front seats. The driver and passenger seat appeared to be smashed in, and that was just a really high-speed crash here. Looks like they've got this situation under control. Let's take it over to the intersection. Let's take it. Yeah. Yeah, most likely. I mean, we didn't see exactly what happened there. He might just be out of breath. I do want to take a peek here on the other side of the strip mall, right there. I want to see that white SUV on the right. That's the van that was heavily impacted there, and then there was a small compact SUV.